We got a great question today. Let me read it to you. I think someone's at the door. Oh, well. Ike Esh says, is distance running bad for your vertical jump? This is a question that I dealt with firsthand. So, when I was in college, my first year of college, I believe, I decided to get ready to walk on the basketball team. I was a walk-on in college. Long story. So I decided I'm going to run cross country. Now, before I started running cross country, I was able to dunk okay. Not amazing, but okay. And so I thought, hey, I'll run cross country. I get all kinds of endurance. So I started running cross country. I ran the whole season. I got a lot better at cross country. And then the season came around, and I noticed a couple things. One, well, first of all, let me tell you another reason I thought I would run cross country is I thought the repetition would actually make me jump higher. And after asking around a few buddies, they said, well, yeah, you'll get lighter on your feet, you'll get lighter in general, and plus, if you can run 10 miles, imagine jumping once should be easy. Well, basketball tryouts came along. I noticed two things. One, my vertical had significantly decreased, which is funny. I just didn't. I was so busy with running cross country, that I didn't play much basketball as far as dunking. At least I was too tired, and I would just practice my shot. Number two, my endurance went down. Now that's kind of confusing, right? What it comes down to is, one, your body adapts to the activity. So I didn't need a lot of strength levels. I needed very good aerobic endurance levels. And so my body adapted, which explains why I lost strength, increased endurance. But why did my endurance for basketball go down? Well, you see, basketball is a different type of endurance than cross country. Cross country is that solid state for an hour or more on end. Basketball is high and low state, so you're jumping in and out of different energy systems all the time. So it's not a solid state activity. So solid state cardio is not your best bet for increasing your basketball levels of fitness. But so let's get down to that first, is running long distances and doing strict solid state cardio won't help your basketball endurance. You've got to do basketball style of training that affects the same energy systems. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about how it affects your vertical. Now, a lot of this is still up in the air. People don't know if it is or how fast you would change muscle types. So we may not be changing muscle types here. So running cross country probably didn't change my muscle fibers to slow twitch fibers. However, it may have made them act more like slow twitch fibers while staying the same fiber type. There could be some variance within the fiber type that it changed to. But what probably happened more than that is my body just adapted to the training it was provided. Obviously, I couldn't do full jump training and run cross country because I was running miles and miles and miles every week, every day, and so it would have been plain overtraining. But my body adapted to the low stress, high repetition training so that I lost strength levels. And my central nervous system adapted to the repetition, saying we don't need to send, it just adapted and optimized for repetitive frequency. So that's probably what happened. So the real question to this is, how much endurance training can I do? How much cross-country training can I do before it starts to affect my vertical? That's a good question. Because some amount of endurance training is good, but you don't want it to interfere. So there's a balance. Now, the best way to go about this is to test your vertical frequently, and also to include activities to keep your strength levels up. So if you're going to run, let's say you're just really into cross country, you're going to run cross country, etc., etc., run cross country, but if you can devote 1-2 days a week to strength exercises, and also 1 to 2 days a week to testing your vertical, you can start to see when your strength levels go down and when your vertical jump starts to decline. Plus, doing that during the week is going to help reinforce and maintain your muscle mass and your central nervous system patterns so that you don't lose as much. But it's only in testing that you're going to be able to see at what point you begin to lose your vertical leap, and you can start to balance that out. So if I could have done that again, I would have kept much more strict records so that I could have seen my strength levels decline. I could have seen my plyometric and quickness go down, maybe even my sprint times go down as my body began to adapt for another activity. Because that's definitely a lot of running that I was doing. And I was doing it because I thought it would help me jump higher and run longer in basketball. So I learned that lesson the hard way, the silly way. Luckily, I made the team, so which was great. But it was I was frustrated because I was like, man, I put in a lot of work and effort again on something that didn't work. So anyways, I hope this answers your question. Unfortunately, I can't give you if you run this much and train this much, you should be able to maintain and increase your vertical. I can't give you that. And frankly, probably nobody can. But what you can do is continue to track your activities and see at what point you would begin to decline. And also build in maintenance or progress for your vertical leap, your strength, your technique, your quickness ability, so that you don't completely leave that to the side. Because if you're not using it, your body will say, this is just keeping us from running longer distances. So, and anyways, hope that answers your question. If you have more, hit me on the down low. Just post it in the comments, I mean.